All right, we're good.
We're here! Monday evening post Richmond. That's going to be tough to say. But we're here. We're a little late. We're about 4 minutes late. Apologies to Ross Chastain. He really prevented us from being here. I was trying to come back in my room here after taking a little quick break, and he pushed me out of the way. And, you know, he might be in Charlotte, but he hit me. So,
Whoa.
well, that's that was the theme yesterday. I mean, everybody blames Chastain, but I don't actually think a lot of this stuff is totally his fault. Like the Kevin Harvick thing, everybody's like, "Oh, Chastain." Christopher Bell fucking wrecked. Oh, that's a
William
start.
Byron. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he called him the wrecking ball.
Yeah. Bell just dumped Byron and said, "Yep, Chastain was right there. Chastain wasn't close to him." The memes on the internet about like Ross Chastain caused this wreck are phenomenal. It's like they're putting it on every wreck in NASCAR history and saying, "Oh, that damn Chastain." So that is pretty funny. Kyle Larson won.
Woo.
Okay.
We're all big Larson fans here. I would have rather, if like Ross Chastain was the reason why Chase Elliott broke his leg, I'd still like him better than Kyle Larson.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like if Ross Chastain physically broke Chase Elliott's leg.
Maybe he did. Where was Chastain during all this?
Bro probably like swerved into him on the ski
on the fucking slopes.
That'd be funny. But yeah, Kyle Larson wins. Definitely was not the best car there, Larson, but got up there late. The race was good. I thought it was good. I like strategy. There was a lot of passing going on. I think it was like the most green flag passes at a Richmond race since 2005. So that's a fun little stat. Yeah, what do we think of the race, Wessel?
Is it too early to say that I'm in on whatever changes they made to the short track package?
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Because this may have been one of the best Richmond races I've seen in the last like 10 years, honestly.
It was good.
It was a good race.
Really good. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Sally, what did you think?
I mean, they brought it. I don't know what they did. Well, obviously they made some pretty big changes that weren't necessary for this car. And
the mud flaps look a little goofy though. Can we take those off? I mean,
well, maybe, yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
not the best.
I loved the race. It was so fun. I mean, the strategies. This was definitely a more in the crew chief's hand kind of race, and then the drivers having to go back to do you want to use everything up and get the track position now? Do you want to kind of just play the waiting game a little?
Yeah.
I thought that was really fun in the whole race.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it. It's time for everybody's favorite segment.
Before we do this, I just
Okay.
want to give a little recap on the race. I do think it was a good race. I think NASCAR definitely nailed it when it came to designing this car, to doing a few changes to actually get it like tire fall off to be an actual thing instead of your tire just going pop like it did for every single race.
I feel like that was the thing at Richmond last year, though.
I don't know if tires fell off last year as much as they did this year.
I think it's just the surface at Richmond's finally kind of starting to wear out.
Yeah, and I just know for a lot of the races last year, it just seemed like everybody's tire would blow instead of like actually degrading over time. And it was interesting seeing people go like 3 wide so early in the race using the tippy top of the racetrack. It was good to see. Tippy top. It was good to see people use that as well.
All right, it's time.
Tip top, raindrop.
Hold on, music.
All right, so my second dude for this race.
Whoa, second dude first?
Is going to be Michael McDowell. He was able to get a top 10, finish 8th. Good run for Mr. Michael McDonald's. And for the first time in Two Dude segment history, I am giving the first dude to a whole team Hendrick Motorsports. We had
Oh my
had
God!
Is
Oh
the
my
first
God!
dude Mr. H?
the first dude should be Mr. H. Yes, I will put it as Mr. H is the first dude. You had Larson, who wasn't necessarily the best car. He won. That boy Josh Berry, he should be the driver of the number 4 car next year.
Whoa!
He finished
hot take.
second. You had Alex Bowman, who finished 8th, and then unfortunately Byron got belled, but he still led 100
No, he got
plus
Chastain.
laps
What are you talking about?
this race. So there you have it, Mr. H and Michael McDonald.
Ross Chastain caused that wreck.
He does everything. It's all his fault.
He's a doofus,
gave it to a
but
team.
he's starting to get a little too much blame now.
He
Yeah.
really is. That was not him at all. There's nothing he could have done there.
I think he
Fun
made an
comments from
aggressive
Bradley.
move, but it was a clean move. Like, it's aggressive, but it's clean. Like, he made the move well before the braking zone, and he gave them
Yeah.
plenty of room. Like,
And it's not like he was the only one doing it either. Like Matt said, there were a ton of people being super aggressive, especially into those first couple turns, trying to make sure they would get that track position.
Some might say Larson backed into it. So yeah, Hendrick Motorsports very strong. I think William Byron. I don't know if he had the best car there.
I would say maybe Denny. Honestly, Denny was
Yeah,
pretty
but-
quick.
It might be a show of the next gen car because once he got to like 10th, he couldn't. He said, "If you give me 3 spots, I'll get you back up there." His crew gave him like 2 spots, and he didn't. He didn't go anywhere.
I definitely think Byron was the best car. I was kind of sketchy, like saying who the best car would be if I only saw like 2 stages, because Larson did chase Byron down there in stage 2, and then you saw in stage 3, it got like when they had that really long green flag run after like pit stops, that Byron was just able to stick with Larson. Like, he didn't separate by like the 2 seconds that he did before. So I think if he didn't get wrecked, I think he would have won that race.
Okay. I would have said probably. I feel bad for Truex. I feel like that
Yeah.
guy kind of gets like boned on these late race stuff.
Him
It
kind of
was looking
calling
like
out James Small on the radio post race was pretty wild too.
Well, what
Not
good
really
was it
calling
going to
out,
be?
but
I kind of agree with James Small. Though, like, what good would it have been to tell him? Maybe they should have though. Like, if you're the driver, you want transparency.
but you gotta have that trust with your crew chief though.
Yeah, true. Like, he was just falling back, and he didn't know why. So yeah, I kind of get both sides. I get James Small because, you know, he doesn't want his driver to lose focus and do worse. I get Truex probably more, I guess, maybe. But that's an interesting one. Yeah. Who won the stages? Byron won.
Yeah.
Byron,
in-
Hamlin, and then Larson won the race. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hamlin's drive in stage 2 was really impressive. I don't really know what happened to him once he got mired back. Of course, his pit crew had 2 different issues during that race, and then he speeds. And in the process, he absolutely dumped JJ Yaley.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't stage 1, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was early. I
Yeah.
think it was.
After
I
the
sent you a
first
thing
few
about that a
rounds.
little bit ago.
Yeah.
JJ.
You want to rate it?
Yeah, let me pull it back up on Instagram real quick.
Yeah,
It
JJ
was-
Yaley. Kind of feel bad for him. He didn't really deserve that.
No, yeah. So JJ Yeley, after being asked about the situation, he says, "I don't know if there could be anything from a guy who's been preaching respect for the last couple of weeks. Seemed pretty silly to do on lap 32."
All right, JJ Yaley.
I mean, he's
Cook
not.
him.
I mean, he's not wrong.
right. I
No,
was
he
just going to
isn't.
say that. He's not wrong at all.
No, he definitely isn't. I'm kind of like, Danny's been a little weird to me lately. He does a lot of shit, but then is like very vocal about other people. It's odd.
Well, look. So remember, he said last week on his podcast that sometimes he's the idiot, right? Because he was calling out people at Coda for overdriving the corner. Like, he called out Harvick, he called out Chastain for overdriving turn 1 and hitting people and causing wrecks and shit.
Yeah.
And he said he would hold himself accountable if he ever did it. Is he going to do that?
We'll
this
see.
week?
We'll see. I think he just was frustrated and took it out on somebody that he knew had no impact on the race.
Somebody he will very rarely see on the track unless he's lapping them.
Will JJ Yeley even like race again ever? Like, is he gonna come back? I thought he was done. Sounds like the Cup Series has a few hypocrites. Yeah, it does. I mean, not great. Who else is a hypocrite in the Cup Series?
I mean, Bell kind of did it a little bit this week.
On Chastain. Somebody did something though that was like hypocritical. I don't remember. Larson. I think Chastain wall riding was bad. Well, then why'd you do it? Like you did the same thing. That one I didn't like. I don't like Larson at all. I was sitting there angry watching that. I didn't like it. I miss Chase. It's boring for me without him.
That boy Byron.
You mean Burry?
Wrong B.
I'll tell you what, that boy Josh, he might not have raced for.
Can I just point out that there are too many last names of B in the Cup Series?
Byron,
there's
Bell,
too many.
Blaney,
Bowman,
yeah,
Barry,
Burry,
too many.
Briscoe.
What? I'll tell you what, that boy Burry, he might not have driven. He might not have driven for shit, but he was lucky that he got a caution when he did. Because he would have probably finished clickety-clack 10th that race. But, we got olive-eating idiots out there saying he should replace Chase Elliott. Nobody personal for that one. Let's see. The driver of the 99 spinning style. Oh, that's true. Daniel Suarez was like that last week for sure. He pushed about everybody that was near him out of the way, but then got pushed out of the way at the end and wanted to fight everybody. So that was fun. Sal, your shirt is nice.
Thank you.
IndyCar went hard.
It went so hard for no reason at all.
Can they reconfigure Texas now? Because IndyCar in Texas is goated. Bro, Pato was cooking.
Dude cooked and still lost. So heartbreaking.
Yeah. It was a fun race. IndyCar at Texas is alive. I think IndyCar does need more ovals. I feel like that's something they've kind of abandoned, but I think that's a really good discipline of racing for them. But
I feel like sometimes it's just too dangerous for them, though. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Having an open wheel car, like that much
downforce
and that fast, like on a track like that, it's...
Dude, that race, though, was awesome. Like, it went so hard. It was great. Yeah, Spencer said P2 for Pato Award. Considering how fast he was, though, that is kind of a disappointment. Because he had every car but the second place car lapped at one point. How fast he was.
I think whenever the second car pitted, he technically did have everyone lap, but then he had to pit. So.
That's wild. I didn't see, my glasses were dirty.
Since we're talking about other forms of motorsports, how about a rare nugget from Formula One from the entire decade, 2000 decade? They had 7 red flags from 2000 to 2010, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Australian Grand Prix yesterday had 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was an interesting race. I didn't get to catch the end of it. I heard that there was some controversy behind it, as they say over there. I don't really know what happened, but
I watched the highlights to kind of like see what it was. And apparently one of the red flags actually came with like 2 laps to go or something.
Right, so that they can get back racing.
Yeah. Which they still didn't, because I'm pretty sure I saw it in like under caution or something. Or they waved the green flag as they were coming to complete the last lap, which I didn't get at all. But I mean, yeah,
it's tough. Bradley's saying, did he get mad about finishing second? Yeah, Spencer was mad about second last night. He was throwing stuff all over the place. He was second. Spencer replies, Maybe he was just thirsty. I don't know. Who won the Xfinity Richmond race? Chandler Smith. Good for him. His first first Xfinity Series win, and that truck race was wild in Texas as well.
Too.
Very fitting way for Hocevar to win. Everybody wrecking around him, and him probably causing a bit of it. Hocevar is an interesting guy. I think he might, if he gets to a good car on a higher level, I think he might be a
Chastain level driver.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think he's really fast, but I think that he might be a menace. We know Brett Griffin doesn't like him very much.
I don't think it's helped that Chastain is so involved with Nice, honestly, because
Chastain.
He's grooming him.
Yeah,
Carson has so much talent.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure Chastain, if they don't get out of the way, just run into him, man.
Yeah. How do I get this? Because it looks like I only have one eye with the glare from the.
Look, mine does that too. Okay, so.
I gotta kill the brightness on this thing.
It's not
for that
really
to But then I don't. You can't see me. Can you see me well? Is it bad? Okay. This is weird. But we gotta fix it. No, I can't see anything. Okay. This is so bright now. We're having problems. What else happened at Richmond? It was it was a good race, but it was a good race where there's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. People just went round and round in circles, turning left.
Kind of the point of the sport. And NASCAR did a good job of just turning left. I think it was one of the better races with left turns.
Brad K with the top 10. That's another top 10 for.
Bro, he's
RFK
a top 10
racing.
car all year.
I would like to point out that I think consistently Brad Keselowski has kind of been showing that he's definitely a top 2 Ford running this year. Would say. I feel like it's him and Harvick, and then Penske. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. They
I
hit the goddamn panic button.
Yeah, I mean, I know Joey's doing well in points, and I think Cindric's top 10 and Blaney's right there too, but they are not close to Hendrick or JGR at all.
Mm-mm.
They're not close. So that's troubling for them. And I'd say the 4 and the 6 are better than the Penske cars, though.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see Brad do well. 17's been doing well. Also, Maddie, can you hit us with a little NASCAR points update?
All right, so
you're the points guy.
We'll go the way of the playoffs. The playoffs rank. Actually, no, we won't. All right, you want to go playoff ranking or just straight standings as they are right
straight
now?
Standings.
Straight standings as they are right now. Alex Bowman, followed by Mr. Wrecking Ball and Christopher Bell.
2 wrecking balls.
And then we have 1 point separating William Byron and Kevin Harvick to round out the top 5. 6th is tied with Larson and Logano. And then Kyle Busch, Marty T, and Brad K and the
Marty
top 10.
T. Okay. And then I think Blaney's 11th, right?
He is tied with Denny Hamlin. So they're tied for 11th and 12th. And then Reddick's only 1 point behind them for 13th. And then Cindric, Buescher, and Stenhouse are your top 16 drivers.
And I believe that's the playoffs right now because I think all of them are in.
They are all above the top 16. There isn't a winner down below.
Right.
Stenhouse is on that cut line, though.
Oh, yeah, Justin Haley's going positive. He has 1 point.
They'll probably have 101.
Oh, boy.
They'll probably have 101 by tomorrow, won't we think?
Yeah. I can't imagine they wouldn't reverse his.
I mean, it wouldn't really do him much. He'd end up 27th in points.
Yeah. He'd end up 4 behind Jones and Dillon.
What's up with Petty GMS?
Legacy Motor Club. I'm absolute stooge.
All right. Sorry. What's up with them though?
I don't know. They've been having a bad Monday though, because I feel like I've heard a couple things here and there where they've lost people, and I don't know.
So what are you cooking over there?
I check right now because I know it was one of the things that I got while I was at work. I opened like Twitter or something, and it was like the first thing on there. But one of their like front office people or something like that. I don't know if they got fired, they quit, but they're gone. I had heard something else today. I just completely forgot. I was so busy. But
yeah, they're a leading member of their executive team left.
Jeez.
Bro, why is the ice cream truck here? Sorry guys, I gotta go. Kidding. Yeah, I don't know how much that means. It just means they're probably the money thing. And Spencer, I don't know why we're still talking about this, but we are.
Do we think Chevys are back? Because I know we kind of panicked.
Did they ever leave?
I thought we
They've won
panicked
like every race
after,
this year.
after like the first few races, weren't we saying whether or not they might?
They
not
won
have
the
it?
first 4 races, Matt.
Oh yeah, I thought we were saying they were. I thought we were saying that Chevys. Oh no, we were saying Toyotas. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
Toyota.
Wrong manufacturer. My fault.
Yeah. Chevy has no problem.
Right. My fault. Yeah, we
Go
were saying
get
that.
me
We still
some
think that.
ice cream.
Do we
I will.
still think that Toyotas are dead? 'Cause
No.
Outside of like.
I'm kind of leaning
think-
on Ford being dead right now.
No, I don't think.
Outside
I think
of
Penske is
Harvick
dead.
and-
I think
yeah.
Penske is dead.
I
I
thought
think
they finished
RC is RCR dead.
Probably.
Austin Dillon has been really bad.
He has been bad, and I was shocked at how bad Busch was at a track that he's won 5 times, I think, right?
Yeah.
He's
Well,
won like 5 or
didn't
6
he
years.
have problems or something the first stage?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He did not pit for a problem. I think he was saying. I think he was complaining about the brake shake just before everybody else was. I think that's all it was because he didn't pit before anybody else.
Oh no, I was thinking he had gotten in. I think Chastain or someone had gone into him that first stage. I thought he was gonna have a problem.
He hit Chastain and got loose.
Yeah.
Because he like washed up into him. I think
Oh
Kyle
yeah,
Busch
he
shouldn't
washed
really
up,
care
yeah.
that Chastain was there. So yeah, that was fun. We're definitely gonna try to end this before 8 tonight because I definitely want to watch the Raw after WrestleMania, which was an absolute banger of a WrestleMania. If I do say so. Maddie enjoyed it. I know.
It was really neat. Yes,
Were you happy about the main event?
I am. I'm a huge Roman fan, and
I acknowledge him.
I believe
Throw up the ones
from the start of this whole thing that there's 2 people who should dethrone him. One of 2 people, obviously. I say one is either Seth.
Yep.
And the second I say is Jey Uso. You could flip a coin, and whatever one beats him. I would say it would be pretty cool if Randy comes back tonight and Randy has a feud with him, just because they were, just because it was suspected that Randy was supposed to face him at SummerSlam, but Randy got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be cool to see that match, see if he could. And we got a supposed bald, clean-shaven Randy Orton, which is giving me major 09 vibes. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. Wessel, you're not a big wrestling guy, but Pat McAfee was there.
Saw a clip.
It was all right.
Didn't watch WrestleMania at all. Did not.
It was good.
Ty Gibbs with a top 10. Sorry to get back on. I was just trying to get back on the
Okay.
NASCAR. I was just trying to get back on the NASCAR kick.
Okay.
But
that's like his 3rd in a row or something, right?
3rd or 4th in a row, yeah.
But he's not fast. That's like the thing. He's not fast, but he actually was fast at Richmond.
Going, so
yeah. I take top 10s at Atlanta and Coda respectfully with a grain of salt. Because you really those aren't great. But yeah. Who else? I think Todd Gilliland had another good finish, right? Because he was on the Barry McDowell strategy, which really helped him out.
He finished 15th.
Which is
Eric
pretty good.
Almirola and Briscoe were 12th and 13th. A solid day decent day
Definitely.
for Stuart Haas.
They were all 4 of them in the top 15 for most of the race. I saw. So, I mean, that's a good run for them. Yeah, good outing for SHR. They needed that.
Yeah.
because they're really in the gutter in points. Yeah, we got currently Harvick is 5th, and then Briscoe 21st, Almirola 27th, Priest 28th.
Golly.
Priest has had a lot of bad luck though, I feel like, and even maybe Almirola too. So
despite all of that, Stuart Haas is still ahead of Team Penske.
well, they have one more car
in owner standings. But yeah,
I mean, what do you mean?
With how bad that they're like
owner standings are just basically what the cars are doing. Like the 4 is ahead of the 22. So yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right.
They used to track them like that, no, where it was everyone's points all together.
That's what I thought it still was, but apparently I'm
they did away with that a while ago.
I'm out of the loop.
Oh, it's all right. I'm trying to round up the selections for picks here because we have a few people. We have Tegan here.
Yeah, Chevy has 5 of the 7 wins this year. That is something crazy. Do we think they get a win at the Bristol Dirt?
Who? Chevy or
yes?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't think so. All right. Let's do picks. So Wessel, fun thing about your picks, you picked Todd Gillen, but you're not even going close to last. So I'm going first with Austin Dillon.
That's the unfortunate thing about my picks is that
You're
lot of them
and doing well.
I'm punt picking, but still finishing like 2nd or 3rd almost every week, and it's pissing me off because I'm punting so I can get a good pick for the next week.
I think Hamlin finished ahead of.
Did I win with Christopher Bell?
Yes.
Woo woo!
I have to add that in. Woo woo, yeah.
Woo woo.
All right.
Austin Dillon's not my only winner.
All right. So then it was, I think, JB and then Tegan and then Matt. Okay. Did what I needed to do with Austin Dillon. Did what we needed to do. All right. Let's light that bad boy up green for Maddie here.
Woo! Yahoo!
Wayo!
Wayo!
Dirty Bristol. Oh, that won't fit. Bristol's. Dirty Bristow.
You know what would fit the Bristol Dirt?
Well, no, we don't. We're not. No.
We call it the Burt race. Birdie.
Okay, so my pick is Chase Briscoe.
You dirty, dirty boy.
Somebody else wanted to pick him too.
I mean, I didn't think I was gonna get to pick him going first, but
next up is Bradley, who's gonna pick Daniel Suarez.
Oh. Whoa.
It's a pretty good pick.
And it is Sal. Sal, who you got?
I'm trying to see. Hold on. I'm trying to see who I picked.
I can show you if you want to look at the thing, or if you want to just look through here.
Give me Tyler Reddick.
Okay, Tyler Reddick. And then it is Wessel.
I think it's time to swing. Give me Kyle Busch.
Wayo. Big pick. And then it will be JB, who is going to pick Ricky Stenhouse.
Are they running a short track package for, obviously, this dirt race?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're probably just running the package they ran last year.
One they last year.
Yeah. And then it'll be Tegan, who is picking Ryan Preece. And then Maddie, you're going last. Who do you got?
We're looking to make it back-to-back dubs. We're not punting. We are going Kyle Larson.
Whoa. Big old swing from Maddie. We'll see who wins. Let's put the point on the board for Maddie. So now he's tied for second. Tegan and Sally, the only ones that have yet to win. Will that change this week? We'll find out. Does JB's dominance continue with the picks on the board? I really doubt that. But we shall see. Okay. Picks were fun. Let's talk a little about the CFRL race. Wessel said he was going to be there. He wasn't.
I was asleep. Leave me alone.
This dork.
Look,
I'll definitely be there.
I have worked 13 hours for 4 days straight on about 3 hours of sleep a night. I was tired. All right. I got off work at 5 o'clock, watched stage 2 of the race, and then I fell asleep. Fell asleep. Woke up and it was like 9:50, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
yeah.
That's tough. Maddie was watching WrestleMania, I assume. That's all right.
That is what I was doing. Had some people over watching WrestleMania.
Bro, I have to fart. Okay. Sal, you were there. You got another top 10 though.
Heck yeah, we did.
Bro is cooking.
Yeah.
You're
Nice
him.
and easy.
You're him.
No, but
You're
I'll tell
him.
you where we won't be taking it nice and easy, and that's next week's or 2 weeks race.
So the schedule was wrong. It's Dover.
A couple more weeks and then I'll cook.
Talladega's the week after Dover. Because I look at the master sheet for a schedule, and that's been wrong for a couple weeks here. So, yeah. Cooking with that Cash App, yeah. That was our second place finisher, Spencer, and he did it very angrily. Bradley won, Road Course King.
So now we know that he doesn't want to finish last or second.
He doesn't want to finish anywhere.
You can finish sixth.
But he
and
is
still have the top-
finishing this
You can
year,
finish
which
sixth
is-
and have a top 5.
He did that last week. That was wild. First driver to ever finish sixth with a top 5. It was awesome. I was really impressed. I've never done that before. Yeah, so let's preview a little Bristol Dirt. What are our expectations? Do we like it?
I do.
It's all right.
I do. Yeah.
I'm still indifferent on it.
I think it's much better once they get a few laps going. Because there was when they did the inaugural race, I think wasn't there like cautions
Rain.
every
It
like
was wet
3
as
laps,
fuck.
and
Yeah.
it just made the dust an absolute shit show. But then when they finally were able to go for like 10 laps and the dust settled, everything was fine. So if they can get some lengthy green flag runs, it'll be good. But hopefully that's the case.
Yeah. Sal?
I kind of want to see it without rain being a factor because I know the first one, that's the whole reason they had the dust stuff going on because they had to run it Monday. Last year it did get red flagged at one point because of rain, and I haven't looked at the forecast for them this week, but I think it could be a really, really good race if we can just avoid the rain.
And knock on wood, we've been pretty lucky this year, I'd say.
So far.
Have we had any rain delays in the Cup Series? I don't think so.
Yeah, didn't we have one for
With
Daytona?
snow in Fontana.
Didn't we have one for Daytona?
No.
I think it was a brief delay, wasn't it? Because I
At
remember
Daytona,
texting-
no. I was at
No, that was-
Daytona, Matt.
That was trucks. Trucks had the delay for Daytona.
Yeah.
Cup hasn't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wessel was boots on the ground for the Daytona
Daytona.
500.
Daytona.
that's true.
You didn't feel any rain on your head?
No.
Okay, good.
My ears are bleeding from the Thunderbirds flying over us.
Dude, those are probably so loud. That's tough. Anything
I
else you
do-
want to talk
I
about
do think-
Bristol?
The winner is someone who was not chosen from the sheets.
Who do you got?
I think Tyler Reddick's gonna win.
Tyler Reddick
I
was
think
chosen.
so.
Just kidding. Never mind. Sal chosen.
I was
I'm
about
off
to say.
it today.
I was about to say. There's
I am off
like
it today.
there's about like
Jesus.
3-4 guys in that list of picks that are one of those 4 definitely going to win the race.
Bell, Larson, Reddick. I'd even throw my pick Briscoe in there. I feel like he showed some strength there last year. He almost won the Dirt Derby that iconic Vince Welch call from a few years ago.
The Dirt Derby.
Yeah. So yeah, that will be it'll be a good one. I'm kind of excited. I do.
I think
still
Suarez
think
was a sleeper pick. I do kind of like
that's a
that.
good pick
that
from Bradley. I think
it doesn't feel like a swing, but it's also something like it could happen.
It could. I think I like Bradley's pick of or not. What am I talking about?
Whose pick do you like?
No, I think I like having a dirt race in the Cup Series. But I don't know if it should be at Bristol.
Bristol, no. Bristol's our best track. Let's not mess it up for.
Yeah, put it at somewhere that's a dedicated dirt track and get to a different market for that. Because a place like Richmond, great racing, really only needs one race. Kansas only needs one race. Atlanta doesn't need any races. So yeah, I think that we could find a way. Phoenix should have one race. So there's definitely a way that we can get a dirt track in there while maintaining, I'd say, 2 races at Bristol. I feel like that's a track that would deserve it. Super Speedways, Bristol, Martinsville. Maybe that's all that I think should have 2 races. I guess Vegas, maybe. I like Vegas. Doesn't need 2 races, though. Yeah. Attendance is probably better there than at Kansas, which I feel like nobody ever shows up to that.
Should give
I wouldn't
2
bring your
races
children to that one.
Should give 2 races to Auto Club, but they want to demolish the best track this year after the year's over. Makes sense.
You gotta love it, right? Hey, maybe they'll figure something out, and maybe it'll be good. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hopeful until there's a reason for me not to be. Yeah, Richmond was good. Bristol Dirt will be good. Really not much else to talk about. Any other points we want to get over or go over here?
I would just like to point out the blasphemy of NASCAR, just like absolutely fucking up the 4 best tracks in NASCAR.
Yeah.
So the best track in NASCAR, I think we all would have agreed, was Old Atlanta. Maybe not agreed. I think it's finicky, but Atlanta's definitely top 4. It was top 4.
It was a good track.
They fucking reconfigured it, fucked it up.
Yep.
Bristol,
destroyed.
Best short track, definitely. That's undisputed. Put dirt on it.
Yeah.
Auto Club, probably the best track in NASCAR. Tearing it down.
Yeah. Yep.
And it seems like Darlington is about to get the same fate of being repaved because...
Is it going to get repaved?
I mean, it's going to have to happen. I mean, remember how when they patched Turn 2?
Oh, boy, yeah.
Like, it's coming.
Loose there. Yeah. Hopefully they keep patching it, not like a full repave. I think that's the way they should go about it.
Yeah.
Because I think that could pose different challenges to the drivers. But yeah. Anything we want to talk about? I think that's it. We don't have much to talk about this week. Also, we're off to WrestleMania on in 20 minutes, so we got to get to that. Hot take.
Harrison Burton top 12.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Okay, so let's get
Harrison
Burton. Ty Dillon is still 12 points behind Chase Elliott. When does he pass him, or does he?
He does it. How many more races are we saying Chase misses?
They're projected 2 more.
I think he'll pass Chase Elliott. And then Chase comes back and immediately passes him back.
I think he passes Chase the week before Chase comes back.
Yeah.
Okay. When do we think Chase is coming back?
So if Chase does, so he's 12 points behind. Yeah.
Yep.
So how many points do you give for finishing like where he normally finishes? How many points is Ty Dillon?
Well, So he has been in 7 races and he has 37 points. So he's averaging a little over 5 points per race, which I think is an average finish of about 30th.
I do think he could finish.
What car is he in again?
I do think
Swire,
Ty Dillon. Ty
77.
Dillon's going to have a good race this week at the dirt.
At the dirt.
I think he'll be a top 20 car. So I do think he'll get a.
Whoa!
I do think he'll get a handful of.
That's a
points
big
this week.
big statement, Matt.
He'll
Cody
be
Ware-
top 20, and then he'll blow up in lap 15.
Cody Ware is
And that'll
30
win his
points
day.
ahead of
So.
Cody Ware is 30 points ahead of Ty Dillon right now.
Cody Ware might be him. He's also ahead of Chase Elliott. Really, Chase is the one that's garbage.
Yeah, right. Cody Ware to the 9, confirmed. Yeah. Wild that Ty Dillon's doing as bad as he is. I know the Spire 77 is not good as the 7, but he definitely should not be where he's at. Like they are struggling.
Yeah.
He's had some problems though, so we'll give him a pass. We'll see what he does. Let's give Ty Dillon, his expired flowers.
Was the 77 full time last year?
Yeah, but it was not.
Where did it finish at in points?
Owner points? Let's look. Because it was not it was kind of like the 15 where they don't have the same driver every week. Let's see. NASCAR owner points. The 77 was 33rd. So it was not in the bottom 3.
See, that's exactly what I was wondering. So I was like,
It was
if
ahead
they
of
were in
the
the bottom 3
15.
last year, they're definitely in the bottom 3 this year. So if they fucking finish bad this year and finish bad next year, they're fucked. They're gonna lose that charter.
Yeah. So right now in the bottom 3,
is there any team that has finished bottom 3 last year and is bottom 3 right now?
78.
Live fast. Yeah, I could see that. So
and
they're
then,
kind of at risk.
Did
for
they
losing
have?
that
Did they have a charter in 21? I think they did.
They
I believe so. Yeah,
Who's the 78? Who's that?
it's Live
BJ.
Fast.
BJ.
It's BJ McLeod.
And then in 2021 they were not bottom 3.
Fuck.
So yeah.
So there's really no teams at risk of losing a charter right now.
If after this year it could be the 78, 77 would have a year. If the 15 finishes bottom 3, I think they are. Wait, let me look here at the 2022 points. Yeah, the 15 was bottom 3 in 21 and 22. And they are not bottom 3 right now. They're actually 32nd in points, but they will fall behind the 31 when his penalty presumably gets overturned. So that put him at 33rd, which would be 1 spot ahead of the.
Is he ahead of
line.
Chase Elliott too? Because Chase Elliott will probably be
No.
No,
the nine's 20th in owner points. An interesting thing though, the 51 is behind the 15. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of like prioritize the 15 because the 51's not in jeopardy, I don't think.
Yeah, they don't want to lose their charter. They did that a couple years ago, remember? It was with which fucking was it the
Actually
was it
the 51
54?
is I think the 51 is in jeopardy too, unless they switched. Actually, yeah, I think they switched because they think they sold the Petty Ware charter. So that's not the only one that's in jeopardy is the 15.
Yeah, because they only have 2 charters now, right?
Yeah, they had the 15.
Because they used to have 3, and then the third
4.
one was in jeopardy. No, they had
4.
4, and then they had 3, right?
Yeah,
And wasn't the third one in jeopardy? I believe, right?
The 54 or what?
And
50,
he
whatever.
barely snuck by. Like he finished
Yeah.
like I think 5th worst or 4th worst in points.
yeah. Just get them out of the sport. They're not adding anything.
No.
Dale Jr. wants to be in the Cup Series. Let's let him, But I feel like he missed his boat. He had chances, and I don't know. The market might be too big for him now. All right, that's the program. Thanks for watching. To all those who tuned in. Take us home, music. This song is a bop, through and through. We love it. Whoa, fat cloud, West. I said flat cloud. I'm an idiot. Let's just end this.